their technique really well, and they just do a good job being them, right? Two All Pros up front, right? Or three All Pros up front, All Pro in the back. So in the backfield, two All Pros in the backfield. So yeah, it's just really talented team all around. They do a really good job with their scheme. Just
What are you going to have to do to slow them down?
play good football. Honestly, to be honest, stop the run. Try to stop the run, But a guy like Chubb, he's really talented, so just try to slow him down. But it's honestly probably impossible to slow a guy like that down. He's very good, does a really good job running his feet. Very hard to tackle. He breaks a lot of tackles. Watch out film with him. He's really talented player.
How would you distinguish their two running backs? They have two good ones.
Yeah.
What's the big difference in them?
Honestly, even though they're different, I would say they're probably the same. They're both just very elite. Good in open space, good at making the right cuts, good at breaking tackles. It's really just like a 1-2 punch. And they're both starting running backs, right? So they're both elite. That's all I'd have to say.
Just talking to Brandon, they seem really varied in terms of what they do in the run game. Kind of have the full menus available to them in terms of the scheme. What challenges does that present? Just the fact that they can run wide zone, run gaps, do whatever they want to do up front. And what challenges that present to the front?
I just think it just challenges us in a way that we just have to be really technique sound. Have to make sure that we follow our keys. And honestly, you can't really tee off on anything. You just have to play ball. You have to play football, and that's what makes it challenging. Maybe some teams they give you a little bit of hints about how they do things, but they do such a good job of keeping it balanced, and they have such good players on both sides of the ball, and they're, like I said, their O-line's elite, so they do a really good job. So you can't really tee off on anything. You just got to play true football with them.
And now you got a nice win on the road. How much uplifting has that been for the team to get back to 2-2?
I mean, it's cool. It's what we want. We're back on track in a sense. So we're just gonna keep working every week.
What exactly happened with your injury in camp? What kind of happened on that play?
It was just kind of a freak accident kind of thing, and just kind of stepped wrong, and it just is what it is at that point. Name of the game.
Do you expect to play on Sunday?
We're trending that way. So yeah.
If you do play, what do you hope to bring to the offense?
Just a role player, giving these guys relief when they want or they need it. So, just filling the role.
If Keenan can't go, how can you kind of fill that void?
Just being there for the team, being there for the offense and making sure that I'm doing what I need to do.
What's it like watching, having to sit on the bench the first 4 games and knowing there's nothing that you can do?
It was rough, but it's like, all I can do is, support the guys that are out there, be in there for them and just, having their back.
Is there anybody who helps you through this process from last season that you kind of leaned on?
Our team psychiatrist, Dr. Herb, and my family, they've all been there for me and my teammates now, so just really leaning on everyone around me in my circle to, be there for me.
What have you kind of learned throughout this?
That's a good question. I'd say just finding what I want and then going after 110%.
Is Cleveland defense similar to the Cleveland defense you faced last year?
As far as their edge rushers, as far as the strength of their defense, I would say so. And then at this point, we've pretty much seen every defense that we can see. So regardless if they come out and adjust or play us the same way, we'll be good to go.
How much did you need the kind of game you had last week? Just for your own?
Man, I needed that week one to get. I try to get the end zone every game, obviously, but it definitely feels good to get back in the end zone, especially after we're going on a dry streak for 3 games. Looking to hopefully have some opportunities to do it again.
How good was it to see the run game respond? Because you got some 10-yard gains.
Yeah. So for myself, it was personally, just having a 2-yard average, getting hit in the backfield, not really getting anything going was pretty discouraging. But we come back, continue to keep working, and it's not necessarily where we need to be, but we're in a direction where I did get some runs in there. I'm starting to get a feel for it, right? And it's a thing that every week we have to come back and practice because it's a whole new scenario. And so, was able to put a couple in the end zone through the run game, for 1 game. But can I do it again, right? And that's what I want to see. I want to see the week-to-week improvement of us getting better in the run game because we still only had 80 yards on the ground, which isn't great, right? But it's an upward trajectory, to where we're trying to go. And as Coach Day's been saying, we're a team, we're a work in progress. So.
What was it that, can you pinpoint anything that helped unlock the run game last week? Or
I mean, I wouldn't say it was fully unlocked. Coach Foster, he brought up these pictures today, and it was 2 chicken bones. one had some meat still left on it. One was cleaner than the other one. He was like, "This is how I feel like our run game is. Like, we got some meat on the bone still, So I thought that was pretty cool. But that's where we're in a situation now. We're okay. How can we make these runs better, right? It comes down to us and meshing with the O-line and being in the right space, right time, making the right cut.
Do you feel like the team itself is kind of like, you can get better, but you're seeing progress type
Absolutely, we know we can get better. And I mean, we have to start with ourselves. Like, one play that just eats me up in the game that I would always probably remember was we ran this screen out to the left, and there's 4 of us and only 2 defenders, and I did not set it up properly, and the corner undercut Matt Filer and just hit me right for a 2-yard gain. And so that's one that's like, man, that should have been a gash. We should have been running down the sideline. But it was like little things like that where I didn't press and help him out because, big guy in space, and I can be able to, react. He doesn't know where I am behind him. It's like things like that where I have to make sure I execute that play because we worked all game to have this look, get it set up. There's a look. Now you got to execute on it. And so things like that you can't do against some of these teams that are going to put up points against you because you need every yard that you can get.
Yeah, before the season, the consensus was the AFC West is the best division, and now combined, I think 8-8 total. I mean, what do you make of the early season?
Hey man, look, I mean, there's all this hype, right? And then teams have to go actually and play. One of my favorite sayings is like paper doesn't play football. We have all these stories and things like that are looking towards some type of anticipation of what could possibly happen, but then it actually does it play out? I think that's what's great about football, right? Because and what y'all do is because you guys are documenting like how this is going, what's the feel in the the fans, in the market, in the league, and we're seeing it shift, and we're seeing new people and new teams come up, like, oh, these guys like the Eagles are like, oh, those guys are legit now, and so now there's a story around them, and so that's what makes sports so great is that there's this big fluid movement of hype, and it's like generated around people's success, and so. As a team, you try to focus on your own, but our division, we have a lot of great players, but we have to come out and win games, and we played each other a bunch too, so that also plays part of it into the record of our own, division.
What's your biggest surprise, if there is one, about the AFC West? Any of the teams?
A biggest surprise that we're 2-2. Oh, we should definitely. I feel like we should, had a couple games there. They should have been better, but. No, there's no big surprise. We deserve what we have because that's what we've earned. That's what we put out there on the field. So, work from here.
How much of it has kind of been a roller coaster for you? Because you're getting the receptions, you're getting the receiving yards, but the running yards just haven't been there. Right?
Man, talk about an analogy that's for life too, man. Just an absolute roller coaster, right? It's one of the things that I love most about this game is that it's always challenging, right? And it's challenging to the maximum level of competition. That's what keeps me coming back. That's why I love it so much because it's such a journey to make sure that you're staying, on the top of your game, and it's really hard to hold on to that. And so every single year, like in my comments, and everyone's like, "Hey, man, like you scored 20 touchdowns. Like, what's going on? Like, you just finally got in the end." It's like, look, this is a whole new year. We have to come out. We have to mesh with what we got this year, and it's not the same as last year. And for good reason. That's why sports are so fluid. That's why we have the new players come up. All these different turnovers of players is great for the league. It keeps it healthy, and so it's up for us again, for myself to mesh with these guys and make sure we're putting in the work, which we are. And then now it's like, okay, Austin, you have to capitalize on what's going on. And I have to continue to be as efficient as I can. If I don't do that, it's going to show in my stats, right? I feel like I've had the opportunities to have some runs, but it's like little things here and there where it's like, I should have cut back on that one. I should have done this. And so I think it's me, and that's what I can control. And so that's the best part about it too. If you want to see more content like this, check out the link right here.